What if everything you have ever wanted in life, the body, the career, the confidence, the success, the respect, the peace, what if all of it is sitting on the other side of the work you keep avoiding? Think about that for 1 second. Really think about it. Not the other side of luck, not the other side of talent, not the other side of who your parents were or what neighborhood you grew up in or what advantages someone else had that you did not. The other side of work. Raw, ugly, uncomfortable, nobody is watching, no applause, no reward, no shortcuts work. The kind of work that makes your hands shake, the kind that makes your legs burn, the kind that makes your mind scream at you to stop, the kind of work that separates the people who spend their whole lives dreaming about success from the people who actually hold it in their hands and look back at all the hard moments with gratitude instead of regret. You want to know the real reason most people never get what they want? It is not because the world is unfair. It is not because they were not born with the right gifts. It is not because they did not have the right connections or the right timing or the right circumstances. It is because the moment things got hard, and they always get hard, they stopped. The moment the pain arrived, the moment the resistance showed up, the moment the journey got uncomfortable, they packed their bags and went straight back home to the one place that always welcomes them without question, comfort. And comfort, let me be absolutely crystal clear about this. Comfort is the most dangerous place you will ever live in your entire life. So today, we are going to talk about getting back to work. Not tomorrow, not after the weekend, not after the holidays, not after you feel more ready, more motivated, more inspired. Today, right now, in this exact moment, because the truth is, the right moment is never coming. The stars are never going to perfectly align. The fear is never going to completely disappear. The doubt is never going to vanish on its own. You are going to have to move in spite of all of it. And that is exactly what we are going to prepare you to do. What if the only person standing between you and the life you desperately want is you? Not your boss, not your circumstances, not your past. You. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone has less than you, fewer resources than you, more pain than you, more trauma than you, and they are still waking up at 4 a.m., grinding, bleeding, pushing, refusing to stop. And here you are, hitting snooze. Here you are, making excuses. Here you are, comfortable. Let me tell you something that nobody in your life has the gut to tell you. Comfort is slowly killing your dreams. Every single day you choose easy, you are digging your own grave with a golden shovel. But what if today, just today, you decided to get back to work? Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you will either change your entire life or confirm exactly why you are still stuck. What if everything you have ever wanted in life is sitting on the other side of the work you keep avoiding? Think about that for 1 second. Not the other side of luck, not the other side of talent, not the other side of connections or privilege or perfect timing, the other side of work. Raw, ugly, uncomfortable, nobody is watching, no applause, no reward work. The kind of work that makes your hands shake, the kind that makes your mind scream stop, the kind that separates the people who dream about success from the people who actually hold it in their hands. You want to know why most people never get what they want? It is not because the world is unfair. It is not because they were not born with the right gifts. It is because they stopped working the moment it got hard. The moment the pain arrived, they packed their bags and went back home to comfort. And comfort, let me be very clear about this. Comfort is the most dangerous place you will ever live. So today, we are going to talk about getting back to work. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not after the new year. Today, right now, in this moment. The comfort zone is your biggest enemy. What if the life you are living right now is not your real life, but just a safe version of it? Most people walk through their entire existence never discovering what they are truly capable of because they never leave the one place that feels good, comfort. And here's what nobody tells you about the comfort zone. It does not feel dangerous. It feels warm. It feels familiar. It feels like home. That is exactly what makes it deadly. You do not feel it destroying you. You just slowly, quietly become a smaller version of yourself every single day you stay inside it. Think about the last time you chose easy over hard. The last time you skipped the workout. The last time you did not make that call. The last time you stayed in bed when your alarm went off. Each one of those decisions felt harmless. Just one day, just this once. But those moments stack up. They build a wall around you so thick that one day you look up and realize you cannot even see the life you once dreamed about anymore. The comfort zone does not kill you with one big blow. It suffocates you slowly with 1,000 small surrenders. Every time you choose comfort, you are telling your brain that you are not capable of more, and your brain believes you. It rewires itself around your laziness, and calls it personality. It starts labeling your fear as preference. It starts calling your avoidance wisdom. The brutal truth is this: everything you want is outside of what feels comfortable right now. The body you want requires uncomfortable workouts. The career you want requires uncomfortable conversations. The relationship you want requires uncomfortable vulnerability. The success you want requires uncomfortable consistency. The moment you understand that discomfort is not a sign to stop, but a signal that you are growing, everything changes. Your entire relationship with hard things transforms. You stop running from difficulty and you start chasing it. Because you finally understand that on the other side of every uncomfortable moment is a stronger, harder, more capable version of you waiting to be born. Stop living the safe version of your life. The world does not need your comfortable version. It needs your real one. Pain is not the problem. Quitting is what if the pain you are running away from is actually the exact thing that was sent to build you. We have been lied to our entire lives about pain. We have been told that pain means something is wrong, that when it hurts, you should stop, that suffering is a sign to retreat. But what if that is the greatest lie ever told? What if pain is not the enemy, but the teacher? What if every moment of suffering you have ever tried to escape was actually a classroom trying to make you extraordinary? Here is what I know to be true. Pain is universal. Every human being on this planet experiences pain. Rich people, poor people, successful people, struggling people. Pain does not discriminate. What separates people is not who feels pain and who does not. What separates them is who keeps moving through the pain and who sits down in the middle of it and refuses to get up. When your muscles burn during a workout, that burn is not destruction, it is construction. Your body is literally tearing itself apart to rebuild stronger. The pain is the process. When your business is failing and every day feels like you are drowning, that struggle is not a sign that you should quit. It is a sign that you are being forged, like steel in fire. The heat does not destroy the steel. It makes it unbreakable. The problem is not the pain. The problem is what you do when the pain shows up. Do you negotiate with it? Do you bargain? Do you say, okay, I will try again tomorrow, because tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. And suddenly years have passed and you have spent them all running from discomfort instead of running through it. Quitting is permanent. Pain is temporary. Every single time you have ever pushed through something that hurt, physically, emotionally, mentally, you came out the other side different, harder, more capable, more confident, because you proved to yourself that you could survive what you thought would break you. And that proof lives inside you forever. Stop treating pain like it is your enemy. It is your greatest coach, and it has been trying to train you your entire life. The question is, are you finally ready to listen? Your mind lies to you every single day. What if the voice in your head telling you that you cannot do this is the biggest liar you have ever met? Right now, as you sit here, there is a voice inside your head, and that voice has an agenda. Its entire purpose, its entire mission is to keep you safe, to keep you small, to keep you exactly where you are. And it is incredibly good at its job. It knows all your fears. It knows all your insecurities. It knows exactly which words to use to make you stop before you even start. That voice tells you that you are not ready, that you need more time, that other people are more talented, more qualified, more deserving than you. It tells you that you have already tried and failed, so why embarrass yourself again? It tells you that it is too late, that you are too old, that the opportunity is past. It whispers these things to you constantly, quietly, like a radio you cannot turn off. And here's the terrifying part. You believe it. You have been listening to that voice for so long that you cannot even tell the difference anymore between what the voice is saying and what is actually true. The lies have become your beliefs. The fears have become your identity. And you have built your entire life around the limitations that a lying voice inside your head invented for you. The mind is designed for survival, not success. It wants to conserve energy. It wants to avoid risk. It wants to stay in familiar territory, even when familiar territory is slowly destroying you. When you decide to do something hard, your mind immediately calculates the danger. And if the danger feels greater than the reward, the mind sounds the alarm. It floods your body with doubt. It manufactures reasons to stop. Not because stopping is right, but because stopping is safe. You have to learn to recognize the lie in the moment it is being told. When your mind says you cannot, you have to answer back out loud, if you have to, and say, watch me. When it says you are tired, you answer back and say, I am still here. When it says stop, you answer back and say, not yet. You have to become the kind of person who argues with their own excuses, who cross-examines their own fears, who refuses to accept the verdict that a scared mind delivers. Your mind is a tool. And right now, the tool is running you. It is time you picked it up and started running it. Accountability mirror. Face your own truth. What if the most important conversation you will ever have in your life is the one you have been avoiding, the one with the person in the mirror? Most people are incredibly good at lying to themselves. They say they are working hard when they are barely scratching the surface. They say they care about their goals when their daily actions prove otherwise. They say they want change, but they are not willing to pay the price for it. And the reason they can keep lying is because nobody is holding them accountable. Nobody is forcing them to look at the gap between who they say they are and who they actually are. That is what the accountability mirror is. It is simple, it is brutal, and it works. You stand in front of a mirror and you tell yourself the truth, not the comfortable version, not the edited version, not the version you post on social media, the real truth about where you are right now, about what you have actually been doing, about the promises you have made to yourself that you have broken again and again. Most people cannot do this. They look in the mirror and immediately look away because what they see is too uncomfortable. They see the excuses. They see the wasted time. They see the potential that has been sitting untouched because they were too scared or too lazy to do anything with it. And rather than face that, they choose distraction. They choose busyness. They choose anything that keeps them from having to sit with the honest reality of where their choices have brought them. But the person who can stand in that mirror and say, I have not been giving everything I have, and I am going to change that today, that person becomes dangerous. Not dangerous to others, dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to their own old limitations. Because accountability without self-deception is the most powerful fuel that exists. When you strip away all the stories and all the excuses and you are left with just the raw truth of who you have been versus who you need to be, something shifts, something hardens inside you. Start having the conversation you have been avoiding. The mirror does not lie. It is time you stop lying to it. The 40% rule, you have more left in you. What if every time you thought you were done, you were actually only 40% of the way through what you are truly capable of? This is a rule that will change how you see every hard moment for the rest of your life. When your mind tells you that you are done, that you have given everything, that there is nothing left, you are actually only at 40% of your true capacity. Your mind is programmed to send the stop signal long before your body actually runs out. It sends the signal early as a protection mechanism, a buffer, a safety net. And most people, the moment they feel that signal, they stop. They put down the weight. They quit the run. They close the laptop. They walk away from the fight. But 60% of what you are capable of is still sitting inside you untouched. 60% of your potential has never been accessed because you trusted a signal that was designed to protect you from discomfort, not protect you from failure. Think about what you could accomplish if you push past that first signal, then the second, then the third. Every time your mind says stop and you say no, you push yourself into a new territory. A territory that most people never visit, a place where your real capabilities live, where the version of you that you have always wanted to be is waiting, not for perfect conditions, but for you to reach deep enough to find it. This is not about destroying yourself. This is about expanding your understanding of what you can handle. Because every time you push past the 40%, you raise the ceiling. What felt impossible last month feels manageable this month. What broke you last year makes you stronger this year. You are literally rewiring your threshold for difficulty with every rep, every mile, every deadline you push through when everything in you wanted to stop. The work that changes your life is not the work you do when it is easy. It is the work you do after the 40% signal fires. It is the work that happens in the dark, in the discomfort, in the space between where you were and where you are trying to go. That is where transformation lives. And most people will never find it because they stop too early. You are not done. You have never been done. You are just getting started. Callous your mind like you callous your hands. What if the only difference between the person you are right now and the person you want to become is simply the amount of hard things you have been willing to do? A person who works with their hands every single day develops calluses. The skin hardens where it has been repeatedly challenged by friction and pressure. It does not happen overnight. It does not happen from one day of work. It happens through consistent, repeated exposure to difficulty until the skin transforms from soft and vulnerable to thick and resistant. And the exact same thing can happen to your mind. Your mind right now might be soft, not because you are weak, but because you have not exposed it to enough friction. You have been protecting it too much, wrapping it in comfort, in entertainment, in distraction, in the path of least resistance. And a mind that is never challenged is a mind that cannot handle challenge when it arrives, and it always arrives. Callous your mind means doing hard things deliberately. It means waking up early when you do not have to, running the extra mile when nobody is watching, sitting with boredom instead of reaching for your phone, doing the task you have been dreading before you do anything else. It means choosing the harder option on purpose, not because you enjoy suffering, but because every hard choice is a callus. Every moment of voluntary discomfort is armor being built. And the beauty of a callous mind is this: when real difficulty arrives, when life hits you with something you did not choose and did not want, you are ready. You have been in training. You have built your threshold so high that what would destroy someone else is just another rep for you. What would break an uncalloused mind is just Tuesday for someone who has been building their mental armor one hard decision at a time. You cannot buy a callous mind. You cannot inherit it. You cannot get it from a podcast or a book or a seminar. The only way to build it is to do the hard thing again and again and again until hard becomes normal, until normal becomes easy. And then you find a harder thing and you start again. The mind that has been calloused through deliberate difficulty is the most powerful thing on earth. And you can build it, starting right now, starting today. Everything we have talked about today comes down to one thing, one decision, one moment. And that moment is right now. You have been given the truth about the comfort zone that is shrinking you. You have been told the truth about the pain that is trying to build you. You have been exposed to the voice in your head that lies to you every single day. You have been challenged to stand in the mirror and face who you have actually been. You have been shown that 60% of your potential has never been touched. And you have been given the blueprint to callous your mind into something unbreakable. But none of this, not one single word, means anything if you walk out of here and go back to the same life you walked in with. Knowledge without action is just entertainment. And your life is not a show. It is the only one you get. So here is what I need you to do. Not something big, not a complete overhaul. Just one thing. The one thing you have been putting off. The one call you have not made. The one workout you have been skipping. The one dream you have been afraid to start. Do that one thing today. Not perfectly, not completely. Just start. Because the person you are capable of becoming is not waiting for your conditions to be perfect. They are waiting for you to get back to work.